Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do the openings on the ground floor, but I'll just point out one thing. On the lower level, those openings that I've just done leave a gap in the wall on the next level. Now, don't worry about that. I've just realised we're going to cover that with a soffit anyway. So you'll have a soffit lining, or soffit, whatever, however you want to pronounce it. Some people say soffit. Most people say soffit, but some people say soffit. But the underside of a roof lining, so it's like a ceiling, but on the outside of the building. And so here, it is really a ceiling, yeah, but it's under either a roof or a balcony. And it performs the same function as the ceiling. So these days you'll often have lighting and things like that built into it, just like a normal ceiling. But it's the eaves are the overhang themselves, but then the underside is the soffit. Yeah, or soffit, however you want to say. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's one of those things. But some builders don't understand you when you say it one way and you've got to know both. So, anyhow, luckily that's going to cover this whole bit here, because we'll have a soffit that comes down 200 mil, I think it is, from the floor there to the wall. And if you look at the plan, the architect or whoever designed this did work a lot of this out. If you wondered why the line of the skylight is where it is, it's so that the soffit there comes out in line with the ceiling under this floor. Anyhow, I'll do that afterwards. So just wanted to point it out though, if you're worried about how these openings were actually going to work. Going into the ground floor now, I can place my next set of doors, and so here we've got triple doors and there's no dimension there. So really all I can do is measure from this cabinet. Now you can see I've actually put one cabinet in there to start the kitchen off, mainly so that I can measure now from the corner of that unit across to the other side of the wall there, and it's about 7,500. Now I want to take off 100 for the gap between the doors, and then another 100 maybe from the bench to the door, so 200, no, I'll make it 300. So let's say 7,200 is what we're left with. So divided by 2, that's 3,600. Alright, so I can go and place a door now. I've already loaded in the triple slider, but if you haven't, it's just in the same library as the others. So the 3-panel slider there, and so again, edit type, and I've already got pretty close to the size that I want anyway. So I'll duplicate this. So 3,600 by, again, let's make it 2,400 high, and then the width. At the moment 3650, so I'm going to make that 3520, and that's now 3,600. The height is fine. So again, I'm just going to place them fairly roughly. And then I can come back and fine tune the position. Now here, I probably wouldn't worry about, I wouldn't worry about putting in a post on the corner of the door and the window that you can have here. So I'm just going to bring this door down to the edge, just making sure I do, there we go. door, down to the edge of the wall, and then between my two doors I can make a gap of say 150, maybe even less, maybe 120. Trying to get it to look the same as the drawings. And there we go. Then I've got some more windows down along the side, and so again for those I'm going to try to use fixed windows where possible. So the window tool, I've got window fixed loaded already. The opening's 1400, so I'll just duplicate this. Keep all the other properties the same. So just changing the width there to 1400. And the height should be okay. So again, just try and get it roughly into the wall. And then with a line across. Bit hard to get the edge of the wall there, but if I zoom out I can get it up here. And then the edge of the window. So in the 3D view now, yeah, that seems to work. Now you can see there's a gap between my floors now that's visible. So if you've done it this way, the way I have, it's not a bad idea to extend the interior floor so I selected it with edit boundary. I'm just going to go in and pick the edges of my opening. So it's a little thing, but it does make a big difference to your drawings. In fact, all drawings should show this. So that's the threshold that I've just added. I'm going to do the same under this door. Don't need to add an edge there because I can use this one. So now I can use trim, join the side to the front of my threshold. These two, they can come back. I'll leave this corner for now and join these two, and now to split that edge on the inside before I trim it at the top and then bottom. So I've basically added two projections to the edge of that floor, and that's what would happen in reality. You'd have a an extension of the floor or a step that extends out under the door. So again, no to attaching, and in the 3D view now you can see that floor extends, so I don't have a gap there viewing through into the floor below. So I can just go and add the rest of my windows now. Right, so the next window is a nice big one. Again, I'm still going to try and use the simplest one I can, so using the window tool, the one I used on the ground floor. Window double shutter should be okay, and edit type, let me make a new size, so that'll be 3600 across. And so the width there, 3600. The height I'll leave 1500, and then the sill height I'm going to change this to 900. so it's the same as all my other windows. Again, just place it roughly to begin with, and then okay, so it's mentioned from the previous window, so that should be 3000. Again, as I'm going, just going to keep checking those in 3D. There we go, that looks okay. And, oh, so there's just a last window in the bathroom. Now, it's shown as 385. I don't know about that. I might just use the 300 window for now from the ground floor, or the lower ground. And then just align it with the edge. You can always change the width later if you realise that it is important to show the right size. Now the entry door is a pivot door or an offset hinge, so there is a door for that in the library. Might take me a minute to find it. I think this is a double offset. Yep, that's the one. Okay, so that should be in the library. I'm pretty sure it's in the folder on the P drive. Just double check that. Now, this looks pretty close to the right size as it is, but I'll just place that and then again try and fine tune it. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that'll do for now. Except it opens the other way, so I'll just flip that. Now there are no arrows for flipping here, so I've got to use mirror pick axis. I can choose the center line of the door. Oh, I forgot to turn copy off, so I'll cancel that. And this time again, mirror pick axis, but I'll turn copy off first this time. There we go. And then again, mirror pick axis with copy off, and this time I'll pick the center line of the wall. Well, I would know, so that's actually the right way now, so that's okay. Now I think the size is slightly different, so edit type, and so the opening size is okay, but the offset needs to be less. I think it's only about 100 or 150, so I'll try 150. Oh no, it's more, so it goes from the center by the looks of it, so it's got to be the other way, so 350 I'll try. That's pretty close. Anyhow, it's easy to adjust if it's not right. So finally there's just an opening now for the bathroom. So again, just using the single frame. It's good to use the Australian, or all the same doors for your single doors. So an 820 door would be good if you can fit it into there. If not, a 720 door is okay. But I think an 820 door will fit. Now here, you would definitely want to return. Now that's shows you how problematic that would be, that opening. So there, I'd think about nudging the wall across. No problem with that. And then you can nudge the door across. And it's got to open the other way, so put that. You've got to think about what happens when the door opens against this wall here. It's just not good if you can only open the door 90 degrees and not bring it back a little bit further. So that extra bit of distance behind the wall makes a big difference. So I'm just going to check the section box that I have and make sure that hasn't messed up my walls going around the stairs, and they all look okay. Okay, so now I should be able to, in the interior views, start to get a better idea how that space, so not from that level, how that space looks. So that's looking back towards the entry, and I might do another perspective looking across from the entry. Okay, so there we go, and just stretch that out to get a better view. I've already put some light fittings on the ceilings here, but you don't need those. So don't go too far adjusting your field of view, but you can definitely change it to show a bit more. So it is a very big space though. So if you take the field of view too far, it will look extremely stretched. Okay, but there we are. So I'll just change this to a shaded view. Okay, so I might leave it to you to work out the openings on the next level. Basically do exactly the same thing as I've just done there. Shouldn't be too difficult. And then all we've got to do now is the railings, see the bathrooms, the kitchen cabinets, some furniture, the site as well. So a few other things to go, but you can see it's definitely coming along. Save that there, and finish that